Hey folks, this is Mark Maron and you're listening to Tom Clark's Main Event. Alright? Do it!
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome to the program. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name, it's Tom Clark, and you are listening to Tom Clark's Main Event. This is episode number 32 of the podcast. And if you're just joining us today for the very first time, we will bid you welcome. Thanks for coming by. If you are coming back for a repeat visit, we say, hey, welcome back. Glad to have you. And to everyone involved, we extend the customary laurel and a hearty handshake. Thank you for your support. Thank you for reading. And hey, thanks for just being you. If you are listening to this right now, that means that you probably know who I am. Hopefully that means you've read some of my stuff. And if you have, I do greatly appreciate it. And for those of you who have no idea who I am, and maybe you lost a bet, you clicked on this thinking it was that Tom Clark that's the comedian, or maybe the politician. There's a politician named Tom Clark somewhere. Or maybe you thought it was the guy that created the gnomes, and you're just kind of into that culture, into the lawn art, as it were. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm none of those guys. I am just me. I'm the Tom Clark. Of Bleacher Report fame. That's me, man. I'm WWE feature columnist on the Bleacher Report. Also on Sportskeeda. Nice little website based out of India, by the way. So yeah, you know, I'm a hit, man. Like everywhere. I'm globally known and the globally renowned writer. That's me. Getting deep in here, isn't it? I'm also on the highly esteemed Camel Clutch blog, and you can find me as always on my own blog on tomclarkbr.wix.com/blog. I've told you many times in the past, if you've listened before, and hopefully you have, that I am cheap and I am lazy. Well, neither one of these things has changed at all, okay? Both things still very much hold true, which is why I do not have my own domain name. Because, again, cheap and lazy kind of go hand in hand. That's sort of who I am. But that may be changing very soon because, yeah, I'm getting tired of having to give out that big, long, honking address and, you know, might as well shorten it up. The problem is TomClark.com is gone because, again, stand-up comic. So I'm thinking of the Tom Clark. I thought about TomClarkWriter.com or Tom Clark Writes. Next thing you know, that becomes rides. It becomes rides, and then all of a sudden I'm some kind of weird biker dude or something. It's a page for biker aficionados. I don't have any idea. I'm going to come up with something. When I do, you'll be the first one to know. So, let's go ahead, and now that we have dispensed with the pleasantries, we will move on to episode number 32. This time, the main event is Night of Champions. That's right, folks. WWE's follow-up to the highly successful SummerSlam event is coming up on Sunday, September 20th. And the card is looking pretty good, actually. Some might even say it looks better than the SummerSlam card did. I don't know if I would say that, but there's some good stuff here happening. Some nice high spots on the card. We'll see what you think. So let's go ahead and just dive right into this, man. Let's talk about the card. Let's get some predictions out there and all that good stuff. And, you know, let's just get the content flowing, shall we? Let's start off, well, hey, why not with the kickoff match? Stardust and the Ascension, who are come to be known as the Cosmic Wasteland. And, of course, this all goes hand in hand with Stardust and the gimmick he's running and the whole sci-fi. I'm from outer space and this, that, and the other. He's doing his best Ace Frehley impression, which, let Cody start shredding on a guitar and then we'll talk. But much respect to Cody. He is doing a fantastic job in character. No one can forget the match that took place at SummerSlam, of course, when Cody tagged with Wade Barrett, who was the Cosmic King, which lasted all of 5 minutes, against, of course, Neville and Stephen Amell, the star of Arrow. Stephen Amell doing just a bang-up job in that match. If you haven't seen it, man, go see it. It's well worth the viewing, trust me. But they're continuing on with Cody and the whole Stardust gimmick and the whole cosmic this and cosmic that. I'm completely fine with it, honestly, on all fronts. Totally fine with it, man, because, again, Cody's doing such a great job in the gimmick, and I think the company's probably pretty happy with what they're seeing. A lot of us are. He's made this character his own. It could have floundered, it could have failed, but he is making people believe that, he's maybe lost his mind, which is a very cool thing. And, I mean, a lot of people thought the same thing about his brother. The Goldust character would not have worked in the hands of anyone else, and I submit that the Stardust character would not have worked in the hands of anyone else either. So in that way, the brothers are very similar indeed. But again, it's Stardust and the Ascension tagging together, this time against Neville. Yes, Neville's back in the picture again with Stardust. But he has the Lucha Dragons on his side this time, of course, Kalisto, and his partner, Sin Cara. Or Sin Cara. And if you are from where I live, which is down south, he's Sin Cara, okay? I don't pronounce it like that. I'm just saying. But Sin Cara and Kalisto and, of course, Neville against Stardust and the Ascension. I think this is going to be a pretty good match. The Ascension, it's... Oy vey, where do you start with these guys? Road Warrior ripoffs, Demolition wannabes, the whole nine. Start off behind the 8 ball when they put them on the main roster. These guys were kings in NXT, and on Monday Night Raw, they are a joke gimmick. They are a weak parody of Demolition, which was a weak parody of the Road Warriors. So really, they're like the Road Warriors, like the Third Degree Road Warriors or something. Just really bad. And it's a shame because the gimmick does not have to be that way, if I'm being honest with you. Does not have to be that way. It can be something totally different. But WWE chose to book it the way they booked it, so they really only have themselves to blame. And for anyone watching that gimmick that are just disgusted with it, let's just all keep in mind that this could have been handled a lot differently than what it was. They're the ones that chose to make these guys Road Warrior ripoffs. I mean, honestly, they're the ones that did it. No one else did. If they had been presented in a different way, I mean, the first night they showed up on Raw, correct me if I'm wrong, they had the paint on. Had they ever done the face paint in NXT? Seriously. They came with the big shoulder pads, for crying out loud. I mean, dude, really? Like, that in and of itself was a dead giveaway what the company was going for. By the way, why would you start off your talent behind the 8 ball like that? It's news to me. Anyway, I think this will be a solid match, in case you're wondering. I think it's going to be, I don't know if I'm talking 5-star, but I think it'll be entertaining. I think the bits with Stardust and Neville especially will be good. Kalisto getting in the action. That dude's a little spitfire, okay? He's fun to watch, man. I'm telling you right now. And he's got like that what is it, the arm drag. And it was done recently in a women's match. I believe it was Bayley versus Sasha NXT TakeOver. You come off the top, and it looks like the move has been screwed up, like a miss. But it turns into an arm drag, and it's beautiful the way it's done. If you're not watching, you'll miss it, and if you are watching, you're gonna miss it anyway. Like if you blink, man, you gotta pay attention. But that will be worth the price of admission just to see Kalisto in there doing his thing. So I think the match will be good. As far as who goes over, I think it's Stardust's turn to get a win here. So I think Stardust and the Ascension are going to get the victory here. They're not going to break any kind of new ground in this match. I think this will be a good little kickoff. I'm guessing 5 to 7 minutes, maybe a bit longer. I could be too short on time, but that's just my prediction there, man. And I think again that Stardust and the Ascension will come out with the win in this match. So let's move on. Let's get to the rest of the card, friends. Let's talk about Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler, the Z-Man, not to be confused with Tom Zink. Okay, so of all the matches on the card, this may be the one I'm looking forward to the least. And it has very little to do with the two guys actually in the match. And let me tell you what I'm thinking here. Let me explain. I don't care for this storyline at all. They lost me a long time ago. They lost me almost from the minute it began. I don't care about it. And I'm going to tell you something right now. When you lose the fans, you are not only suffering, you're struggling. And it's a bad day for everyone. And in my opinion, this storyline has lost the crowd. I don't know that people care about it anymore. I don't know that anybody ever really cared about it. But the gist of the whole thing, if you don't know, is the heat between Alana and Summer Rae. Which I care as much about that heat as I do who the Giant Machine really was. By the way, the real guy under the mask for the Giant Machine, that was Andre the Giant. Hope I didn't spoil it for anyone. But I care as much about this storyline as I cared about that. In other words, it's silly, it's convoluted, I don't care about it. This typical thing where it's jealousy, it's one woman versus another, it's, oh, you took my man, oh, I'll take your man, he's my man now, Really? Like we're still going to do that? And Dolph, what a troublemaker, man. What a little heartbreaker that guy is, right? He's just going around WWE, having his way with the ladies. I guess when you look like Dolph does and you have that hair, you can do pretty much anything you want. I used to have that hair once. I can't prove it, but it was amazing. Had the curly hair, had some Jerry curl in it. It was nice. It was well coiffed. Or coiffed. It was quite good, actually. So, as far as the actual match itself, I don't care about it because, again, they lost me. This thing should have ended a long time ago. It still seems to me that they're leading, to a mixed tag match, which that'll be fun, huh? If you said no, you're right. Go to the head of the class. Not going to be fun. Not to me. I don't care about it too much, but that's just me. Let's get off the storyline perspective for a moment. Let's talk about the actual physical match. I think the match itself will be hard-hitting. And I think it'll be good. I think anytime you get in the ring with Dolph Ziggler, you have the ability to steal the show. Because that's what Dolph does all the time. It's not just a name. It's not just a gimmick, dude. It's not just something to put on a t-shirt. Dolph has consistently stolen the show. Now, he catches some grief because a lot of people think and believe that he sells a bit too much. I happen to be one of them. Now, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that that's how Dolph gets over, is by showing how willing he is to make the match itself look good, which means when he takes a punch, he really takes a punch. Do you know what I mean? That's how Dolph is. I think it could be overdone. I think it has been overdone in the past. And I think Dolph is more effective. He's more effective when he does it in doses, as opposed to, he takes a fist to the head and it looks like he just took a bullet to the back of the head. That's how he sells it. That, to me, is a bit much, and I don't think it's necessary. Having said that, Dolph Ziggler is in the top 5 best hands in that company, bar none. Seth Rollins' top hand in the company, in my opinion. Dolph's 2 or 3 for sure, in my estimation. Cesaro's up there. Kevin Owens is good. I'm talking about best all-around performer, best all-around hand. Dolph is up there. And he has been for a long time. And we've discussed this on the show many times before about, the plight of Dolph Ziggler. Just the story of the guy who he works hard to get what he has. He should be a heck of a lot higher than what he is, and he just isn't. It's frustrating that's the case, that he's not given enough. I don't know what the company thinks is going to come out of this storyline. Do they think Dolph's going to come out of this thing looking like a superstar? Like a 5-star main event guy? I don't think so. And what does Rusev gain from this feud, by the way? Anytime a feud begins, one of my first questions, apart from, I wonder how this is going to look, automatically is, I wonder who will benefit from this feud. Where are they going to go with this? I have said the phrase, where are they going with this? So many times. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you've said it, oh my God, countless times. If you're a fan of WWE, dude, you say it every 10 minutes. Where are they going with this? I couldn't tell you where they're going with it, man. If I'm being honest about it, I have no clue. But I will say this. Dolph is going to do what Dolph does. He's going to get in the ring. He's going to do his thing, man. Because that's who he is and that's what he is. He's going to do his thing. And he's going to impress. And he's going to be right there on the spot. He's going to sell like crazy. He's going to provide the drama in the match. Dolph is such a good hand. He's automatic. Okay? And he has been for a very long time. So the match itself is going to be just fine. I don't know, as sort of with the kickoff match, what sort of new ground is going to be broken. Maybe none. But Lana and Summer Rae are going to get involved again, of course. The whole thing's leading to a mixed tag that's going to take place eventually. And I'll be honest with you, I wish they would just get the friggin' thing over with. Because to be honest with you, I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm sick of looking at it. And it's no here's the funny part. There's no disrespect to the performers at all. No disrespect intended. My hand to God. It's not that. It's just I don't care about this. You lost me. I don't care about the love triangle thing. Okay? Mostly because I know it's not real. 9 times out of 10, it's not real. That 1 time out of 10, there's a relationship going on, or there really is, or this guy like Matt, Lita, and Edge. A lot different scenario, of course. That's different. That's the exception to the rule. But most of the time, relationships are manufactured. They're for the camera. They're whatnot. It's whatever. But I don't really care for that. So I think the match will be good. I think Rusev is improving. And I think that his ability to have a good match is increasing as the days go by. And of course, Dolph, can work the broom in the ring and make that broom, look like Shawn Michaels. That's how good he is. So the match will be good. It's a tough one, man. Because I'm sitting here trying to think about who goes over, man. Who gets the win in this match? Because honestly, this thing needs to end. Okay, to that end, I would say let Rusev have it, and then Dolph can come back to fight another day. I'll be honest with you, I don't either way. A win is good with me for either guy, as long as it speeds this thing up. And I'm not saying I'm throwing in the towel in the storyline. Okay, fine, I'm throwing in the towel in the storyline. I'm done with it. I gotta be honest with you. It's doing nothing for me as a fan. It's doing nothing for me as a writer. I can only write about a love triangle between Dolph and two girls for so many times until I just become sick of it. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm tapping out on this one. No disrespect intended. I don't think this has done Dolph any favors whatsoever, and that's just me talking. And I don't know that it's helped Rusev at all. I think it's actually made him look pretty weak, in my opinion. So I'm good with whatever happens here. If I had to pick someone, I'll pick Dolph. I'll pick Rusev to go over if I had to pick. So there you go. Let's move on here, people. Let's get to the 6-man tag. The Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Braun Strowman. As Bray says, what a big dude, man. Big dude. Used to come out dancing around with Adam Rose. We're all trying to forget that, I suppose, at this point. But he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Even though he looks like the boy next door in his face. He looks like some innocent kid. Which is kind of the point. He has that look like he's easily manipulated, which Bray has done to him, brainwashed him, that kind of thing. He fits the Wyatt family. Anyone that says he doesn't is dead wrong. He fits the mold. And God, like I said, what a big dude, man. Roman Reigns, that is, cut one of the best promos that I've heard in a very long time, very recently on Monday Night Raw. In fact, it was the September 14th edition of the Monday Night Raw, in which Roman and Dean confront the Wyatt family, and Roman tells Bray, yes, indeedy, we do have a partner. Haha, so, surprise, surprise, baby. There's going to be a third guy to join up with Ambrose and Reigns at NOC. Now, rumors are going around everywhere, depending on who you believe and don't believe. I hope that none of the rumors are true. I just want it to be someone I don't see coming. I want it to be huge. I want it to be big. I would love for it to be Undertaker. It's not going to be Undertaker. I would have chosen Sting had it not been for the fact that Sting's working twice on the card. Excuse me, the Sting's working on the card. Seth is working twice. But it's not going to be Sting. So you're left with just a handful of guys. Baron Corbin's name has been mentioned. It's a possibility, but he's heel right now, which is kind of weird. Never stopped him before, but it could now. I think the consensus out there for a lot of fans has got to be a Samoa Joe. That's an interesting choice, and he would fit right in. And honestly, I think that Ambrose and Reigns are going to carry this match no matter who is in it. And Bray is so good. Luke Harper's really come into his own. We don't know enough about Braun Strowman yet to make a judgment call. We will eventually. Give it a month or two of him actually working matches on a regular basis, on a regular routine of working in the ring. We'll be able to form an opinion on Braun, on how he looks, on how he sounds, the whole nine. But as of right now, he's sort of an unknown commodity, man. No one really has any idea, what he is, why he's there, and any of that stuff. I mean, Bray can tell you all day long, but until you see the guy in the ring doing his thing, contributing, then it's going to be a little bit tough to judge exactly what's going on, what's in this character's head. I think the match is going to be good. I think it'll be much better than a lot of people expect it to be. I do see Ambrose and Reigns going over, especially with the third guy that's with them, who I do believe will be Samoa Joe. I hope it's not some like rabbit out of a hat, and they get Eric Rowan. No disrespect to Eric Rowan. I'm not sure where he's at physically right now in terms of his health. I'm not really sure, but at the same time, I think that it would be sort of a weak choice to make because I just don't see that happening, if you know what I'm saying. So, in my opinion, Joe is the best choice of them all. Of anyone that could throw in this spot, I think he's the guy that should do it. I'm looking forward to it, man. I like surprises. Don't you? You know what? I promise you there will be no rant this time. Everyone calm down. Tom's not about to go nuts on you. It's going to be fine. I've ranted and soapboxed on the program here so many times before about people that read spoilers, people who live and die by the dirt sheets, and all they care about is knowing what's going to happen before it happens. You people disgust me. By the way, I still don't like you. None of you. If you listen to my show and you're a member of my audience, then you know this. If you're a regular listener, you know this by now. And I appreciate all you fine people listening. And if any of you people are those, numbskulls I'm talking about, well, you just keep listening. I appreciate it. You're still shallow, and I still can't stand you, and you make me sick. But, hey, thanks for downloading and subscribing and telling your friends. So, there you go. No, but seriously, man, I don't see the need in it. I don't see the need to dwell on the dirt sheets, to live for spoilers. I just don't get that stuff. So I hope this is a good surprise. I hope no one sees it coming. I think it might be cool if it were The Rock, although I think that they would want to announce that first. And, sell some tickets and sell some buys and get some network subscriptions sold, by the way. So I don't think that's who it's going to be, but I think it'd be interesting. What if it's Daniel Bryan? Wouldn't that be something, how they've covered it up this whole time? Let me tell you something right now, man. If you believe Bryan when he says that I don't know when I'm coming back, I don't know if the company's going to let me come back, I'm not sure yet. Okay, let's just remind everyone of one thing right now. Please pay attention, it's very important. This is pro wrestling. No matter how much they want to call it entertainment, no matter how much they want to call it whatever it is they want to call it, it's still pro wrestling. And in pro wrestling is a work. Okay? Which means they work you all the time. It's what they do. All right? That's what pro wrestling promoters do. That's what the talent does. That's what the commentators do. That's what the guy doing the interviews backstage does. That's what the ref does. Everyone's there to work you. That's the point in professional wrestling. The whole thing's a work. Okay? Of course. So, having said that, I'm sorry, man. I just get so wrapped up in this... in the spoiler thing, and it's on my mind, and it just infuriates me. I've been reading a lot of stuff lately, and I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I'll throw this out there to you. I read a piece by a writer that I'm familiar with, and I'm not going to name names here, but this person proceeded to write an entire column and didn't link it to one source, not one person. It was all full speculation. And I'm thinking, this is the kind of garbage that makes it online, and people look at it and they think that we're all this guilty. We're not, man. Not all of us publish nonsense. Just so you know. And again, if you never read my work, please take a few minutes and read some of my stuff. Give me some feedback. I don't like to be that guy, and I'm not that guy. Okay, when you read stuff by Tom Clark, you're getting stuff from the heart. You're getting the best I can possibly give. I don't publish spoilers. I don't publish a lot of random speculation and unproven, unproven rumors that I can't back up, I can't substantiate with sources. I can't, and there's no sources to cite because I'm not putting it there. If you know what you're talking about, then you can link it to sources. If you don't know what you're talking about and you just want to write a column, well, go ahead. You're an idiot, but go ahead. You've not helped anyone, by the way. No one can click on anything in your column to go see if what you said is true. That's the problem, man. Is that right now we're just far too believing. We believe everything is thrown at us. How to get off on this? I told you guys I was not going to soapbox, and look what you done to me. You went and done it now. Okay. So, all right, listen. I'll behave. I'll stop. But back to the match, shall we? Reigns and Ambrose. I've written about these two guys together so many times now. It's insane. Dean and Roman, to me, are the modern-day equivalent of Butch and Sundance. I love the team. I love the pairing. I think they're very good together. In fact, recently on Sportskeeda, I wrote a column, 5 reasons why Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns should remain a tag team. And they should. I think they should stick together. There's a lot of good reasons why, but I came up with 5 really good ones, which are there to read if you just go click and have a read. Thanks for supporting me and my stuff. Man, I am just, I'm going to tell you right now, dude, I am flat out an attention whore. And that's me, and I admit it. I'm here to sell myself, okay? Sounds disgusting, huh? But I want you to read, man. That's the whole point of doing this. I'm not operating in a vacuum, you know what I mean? I like to get feedback. I like to open up the conversation. And part of the conversation I've had, segue, over the past several weeks has been my notion, my assertion, if you will, that Dean and Roman are the modern-day Butch and Sundance. They're fun, they're dangerous, they work together, they're sort of always outnumbered and outgunned, but they never stop, they never quit. They just keep fighting back, keep coming back for more. And again, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's what I like, man. So I think these two guys together have been doing a bang-up job. And if you throw Samoa Joe in the mix, and you know what, even Baron Corbin physically looks the part. I think he's very uncomfortable in the ring at times. He seems to me like he doesn't really know where he's supposed to be or what he's supposed to be doing in the time that he's not laying hands on the other guy, which is an art form, to know where you are, to know what to do in the downtime between moments where a rest hold may occur, you lock up, or the pin, or whatever is happening, to keep yourself busy and look like you're in control of yourself and you're in charge of the ring. I don't think I see that with him yet. Does that mean he can't get there? Of course not. He can get there. And he may get there sooner rather than later. But to me, as of right now, I don't see it. I think Joe is the best fit, but that's just me talking. I do believe that Reigns and Ambrose need to go over, but there's no way Strowman's going to get pinned. It's not going to happen. And if the Wyatt family goes over, Strowman will be the one to get the pin. I'm kind of back and forth on this. If I had to make a guess right now, I say Reigns and Ambrose. And the partner of their choosing. So there you go. And by the way, if you want to go read some of my stuff that I published recently on on Dean and Roman, please have at it. I very much appreciate it. But I've written a lot about these two guys in the past 4 weeks, and I probably will write a lot more as well. They're just fun to write about, fun to watch. So anyway, there you are. Let's move on here, folks. The Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs as the Ryback takes on the Kevin Owens. I just want to put the in front of everything. How's that sound to you? Is that working for you? The Tom Clark, the main event. Look out. This is going to be an interesting match. Interesting because I have no idea who they think they're going to put over in the end. Owens just recently sort of got back on his feet after suffering 2 straight losses to John Cena, which sort of left him, just sort of there. So, he's just now getting back on his feet. He doesn't talk as much as he did when he was working John, which is a shame. Kevin is so good on the mic. He's so good at making people hate him. Okay? So, I don't think you make Kevin take the pin at this point, but Ryback, they've put all this attention, all this time, all this money invested in Ryback to get him over. And I think the guy, to his credit, is doing everything he possibly can to get over. But I think it only works, 60 to 75 to 80% of the time does it really work. Because he can't make the crowd pop when he talks. That's the thing. He can do the Feed Me More chant, and they'll chime in. But he can't really make the crowd pop just by being there. He can't make them pop off of anything he really says other than Feed Me More. They don't really react too much when he stands there and got a huge, long promo he and Owens had on Monday Night Raw. And it wasn't bad, but it just kind of went forever. And I kept thinking, God, pull the plug, man. give the throat slashing sign off camera. Get these guys take it home because it was rough. And again, you put Ryback in a situation where he's verbally sparring with someone, it's going to be hard for him to keep up. Nothing personal, all due respect, but I don't see him as being that guy to verbally spar with anyone. It's not to say he can't in the future, but I just don't see it right now. But here we are, folks. Ryback versus Kevin Owens. Who you got? It's a tough one. If I'm guessing, I think that Owens gets the belt first time he goes out for it, because they're going to do some things with him. I would have thought that the same could be said for Ryback, and it most certainly probably can still be, but I think the commitment to Owens is more than it is to Ryback, okay? So I'm actually looking forward to this match. Thanks for asking. I think it's actually going to be pretty entertaining. Notice I didn't say it was going to be Flair versus Steamboat. Let's get that much straight right now. Didn't say that. What I did say was that I think it's going to be probably pretty entertaining, and I am looking forward to it. So, because I like Owens in the ring. I do. I like Owens on the mic. I like Owens in the ring. I think Ryback's improved tremendously versus where he was maybe, I'll just say, 6 months ago. I think he's improved tremendously. And I think this match is going to be good. I don't know about steal the show good. I don't know about that. That's a tall order considering what's on the rest of the card here, but I think it's going to be good. But if I had to pick a winner right now, I'll say Owens. How about that? Does that work for you? Good. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. Okay. Huh. Okay, man. Let's get down to it now. Another championship. Holy cow! You would think this is like the Night of Champions or something. Oh my God. The WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day, taking on the Dudley Boys, the returning Dudley Boys, the triumphant return of Bubba Ray and Devon to WWE. This has been a good comeback. Don't call it a comeback. They've been here for years. It's been a good comeback so far, man. It's been entertaining. It's been fun. I don't think Devon and Bubba Ray are doing enough, if I'm being honest. They're not on TV enough. They're funny. They're wildly entertaining. Fun to watch them. Okay? Such a good, cohesive tag team. I'll use the word great. Make you feel better? Such a great, cohesive tag team are the Dudley Boys. I think they're going to take New Day's school in terms of tag team work. I think New Day is going to have to really fight to keep up with Bubba and Devon. But you know what's good about that? Everything. There's no drawback to this match whatsoever. The New Day are killing it every time they're in the ring. They're entertaining. They're fun to watch. They're just awesome. And what's not to like about Bubba Ray and Devon? I'd be surprised if the Dudleys get the belts. I think that either the New Day is going to get the pin or they're going to get disqualified or something funny's going to happen. They're going to cheat, get caught. Something's going to happen. I don't see the Dudleys taking the belts here. Do I see them taking them at all? Glad you asked. I'm not sure. It's not a cop-out. I'm just being straight, man. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I think to get them the belts would be a nice touch, and I think it'll happen eventually, but I don't think it's going to happen at Night of Champions for sure. So there you are, man. So let's move on. We have 3 matches left to talk about. The first is the Divas Championship. Charlotte was unsuccessful in her bid to dethrone Nikki and to prevent her from breaking AJ Lee's record of the longest reigning Divas champion in WWE history. All this happened Monday Night Raw. It was all screwed up because Nikki and Bella did the Twin Magic nonsense that just ticks everybody off and hasn't been cute in years. Well, the referee knew something was up. He realized he counted the wrong girl's shoulders down. Next thing you know, Bob's your uncle. And Charlotte is not the Divas champion. It's a shame. Now, people online lost their ever-loving minds when they saw this, man. Flat out could not stand it. People rushed to Charlotte's defense. They rushed to speak up for her and say, this is nonsense. This girl's worked hard to get the belt. Nikki is this and she's that. And they got a little ugly there, if I'm being honest. I know that the Bellas blocked quite a few people last night, so oh my God, it's too funny. Let me just tell you this right now. You know you have heat when the next day they're still hating your guts. Now, getting heat today and getting heat 10 to 15, 20 years ago, 2 entirely different sets of circumstances. 2 entirely different sets of rules to play by, okay? This is not an example where fans are sitting by the heel's car with a baseball bat or a hammer waiting for the heel to come out so they could beat the living dog out of them. That's not what's happening here, man, okay? But Nikki Bella drew all kinds of heat online by her attitude, the way she bragged about winning, even knowing that they cheated to win in the first place. Even though it didn't work out, that's what they cheated to do, what they wanted to do. And by the way, just as a side note, it's okay if heels cheat. That's kind of what they're there for. They're kind of supposed to. And if you kind of wanted to, you're kind of an idiot. Heels are supposed to cheat. Don't talk to me about Seth. Don't cry about it. Don't cry to me about anything. A heel should cheat to win. Period. Get over yourselves, all of you. It's the truth, man. It's the God's truth, man. Now, Charlotte's going to win the belt at Night of Champions. Yes, can all agree on that. I think the only way it doesn't happen is if one of the girls in PCB turns on her, whether it's Paige or Becky Lynch. A lot of people are predicting Paige will. I don't really care for that, if I'm being honest with you. And it's no disrespect to Paige. I like Paige as a performer. I like her as a wrestler in the ring. It's not that. It's just that I think Paige as a heel is just a little weak. I think it was good against AJ. And I think Paige versus Charlotte would be interesting. But I think that this will be Charlotte's night to win the belt. I wrote a column for Bleacher last week, which I said that Nikki Bella deserved to break AJ Lee's record, which meant Charlotte was not going to win the title on Raw. Got some heat for that. That's okay, because it turns out I was right. I just thought it was too soon. I thought it was too convenient that the first time she wrestles the girl for the title, she wins it. I don't know if fans would have bought into it. Guess what? They're buying in now, dude. Fans want to see Nikki drop that belt. Oh, my God, in heaven at Night of Champions. They want to see Charlotte with her arm raised in the end, and guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. She's going to win the belt. So Bob's your uncle. It'll happen. Happy now. Calm down, everybody. She's going to get the belt. And she should, and it's going to be a good match. And, kudos to Nikki for being such a good heel. A lot of people would say that, all she did was just be herself, and it worked wonders. I didn't say that. Did I say I didn't say that? Don't point fingers at me, man. Don't do it. I'm innocent here. I'm just telling you what I heard. That's all. What I read. That's it, man. But this is going to be good. I think that Charlotte's part of the match is going to be fantastic. I think she's going to make Nikki look good. Charlotte's a workhorse, man. She gets it done straight up. She's going to get that belt. I do think it's going to be at Night of Champions. So, yes, I have Charlotte going over Nikki Bella for the United States. Excuse me, not for the United States. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Oh, my God. The United States Divas Championship. Does that sound better to you? The Divas title. And by the way, this has a side note to this. Here's hoping that when Charlotte wins the belt, they change it back to the Women's Championship. I'll buy that for $1. Sound good? Me too. 2 matches left. Guess who's in both of them? It's not Sting. It's Seth Rollins. The architect. The guy. The future. The present. Triple H's right-hand man. Seth Rollins, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And 2 main events, and by the way, they're not going to be back-to-back. Seth's not going to work back-to-back matches. He probably can, I'm sure. Dude is in tremendous shape. I don't think Seth ever gets blown up. The only way you can blow up Seth is, dynamite. That's it, because dude does not get tired. You talk about 60-minute man. I would love to see Seth Rollins in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Can you imagine that? Chew on that for a while. Get back to him and give me some names of guys he could work. I'm down. I'm hip. Aren't you? I am. But Seth Rollins in 2 gigantic matches. I've written many times in the past 2 to 3 weeks here. This will be the biggest night of Seth Rollins' career, and I truly believe that. WrestleMania 31 was huge. It's the night he won the belt. I get that. Not going to be hard to top that. I think this could top it in terms of overall entertainment value, work being done in the ring. I think he's going to look amazing. I think he and John are going to have a top-notch match. I think that he and Sting will have a match much better than what some are predicting right now, because Sting has not lost it. And they're going to be chanting, "You still got it." Because people want to make the boys feel good, and that's fine. I'm sure they appreciate it. Sting knows he still got it. You know what I mean? You have to tell this guy. That's like chanting, "You wear face paint." Well, he knows that. By the way, doesn't it make you sick when the crowd gets too involved? Me too. I think I'm going to do a podcast on that one. Oh my God, I may have just come up with number 33. Look out. But Seth Rollins is going to own the night. That's it, and that's all. And that was published on Bleacher last week, I believe. He's going to own Night of Champions. He is. Because these 2 matches are going to do it for him. Okay? Let's talk about the Cena match first. These two guys have worked each other numerous times. They look good in the ring against each other. They always have. Their matches are getting better. Their chemistry is off the charts. Seth versus John reminds me a lot of John versus Edge. You got the athleticism, that cockiness, that brash opponent on the other side of the ring. And, of course, John, who never changes, always the hard worker and this, that, and the other. You never back down, never surrender. That's your boy, John Cena. Okay? So I think this match is going to be very reminiscent of the ones that John had back in the day with Edge. And I think this match is going to be good. I think this match is going to be very good, actually. And I'm looking forward to seeing what these two... Here's the thing. What can these two guys come up with now that they've not done already? Or will they be able to expand on the stories they've told thus far? That's what I'm curious to see. And if they can do it, then I say my hat's off to them. I can't wait to see it. I'm curious to see how they follow up. How they follow up from SummerSlam. Let's see what happens. I'm anxious to see it. Seth Rollins versus Sting for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Oh my God. So you got John wrestling Seth for the United States title, and then the icon Sting, the vigilante, taking on Seth for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the top belt in the company. They keep putting it over like it's the one belt that's eluded me my entire career. You were never in WWE, bro. Just saying, just throwing it out there. By the way, traffic, noises and stuff and whatnot. Isn't it fun? Tell you what, this is real. Hashtag real. I stole that from someone. No offense, man. I like the hashtag, actually. It fits me. There you go. But, Seth versus Sting, going to be a good match. Should be the main event. I'm hoping that it is the actual main event. I've read in certain places that I will not name right now that it will not be the main event. And that would be a real shame. Seth is going to be the main event regardless. But I think it needs to be Seth and Sting. Why would you bring Sting back, pay him all this money, and not have it be the main event? It's beyond me. Now, there are two kinds of people out there today. One kind of people think that Sting has no business winning the title. He's not a contender. He's less than part-time. Triple H works more than Sting does. Okay, he has no business winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Then you have another segment of people of the audience who are going, you know what? The heck with that. Sting should have the belt. There's more drama, a lot of stuff being created. Imagine the Raw after when Sting comes out holding or wearing the championship belt. What a huge night that would be. Dude, I'm torn on this. Let me tell you why I'm torn. Because I like both guys. I enjoy the work of both guys in the ring. Sting, we know what he's capable of. The dude has just had a massive career. He is a legend. He's a future WWE Hall of Famer. He's everything you can imagine and that much more. Sting has gotten it done all over the world. Multiple championships under his belt. I mean, the dude had no reason to come to WWE other than to finish his career on a high note, which I'm very glad he did. A lot of fans are glad he did. How do I feel about him as WWE World Heavyweight Champion? I think there's some drama there. But in my opinion, there's more drama with the heel as champ. Because when you have a heel as champ, you've got a multitude of baby faces chasing him, trying to get the gold away from him. And Vince loves his heel champions, yes? So I think, if I had to guess, that Seth is going to retain. I'm going to throw this out there and see what you think. I think he retains against both guys. I've heard the Sheamus thing being mentioned as a possibility, that he's going to cash in on Seth. Maybe even cash in on Sting if Sting wins the belt. And I've heard that and I've read it. And I'm like, you know what? All due respect to Sheamus, and I wrote on my blog last week, Sheamus versus WWE Creative. Please go give it a read. Thank you very much. But I wrote then, and I still believe it to this very moment, that Sheamus is one of the hardest sells that we've ever seen in that company. And he's an impossible sell as Mr. Money in the Bank, because no one cares about him becoming champion. Can we all agree on that? It's nothing personal. I don't mean it hateful or to spite him or anything like that. It's nothing like that. No disrespect intended. Plus, I don't want to get my head kicked off. You know what I mean? But I just don't know if anyone that wants to see Sheamus win this title. I think it would be odd. It'd be an odd fit at NOC. I don't think it's going to happen. I've read the possibility is there. Right? The possibility is always there. As long as Sheamus is carrying around that briefcase, anything can happen. You can't predict that too far in advance because you could always be wrong. So anything can happen at Night of Champions. Maybe Sheamus will walk away with the title. Who knows? I don't think it's going to, but he's going to win it eventually, or he's going to flat out lose it. That's it. What a great prediction. Why? Let me ask you a question. Why do you think Seth would just straight up lose the match, or perhaps lose the briefcase to someone else? Because no one can see him becoming world champion. Can you? I can't. And again, it's no disrespect. That's just how it is. It's the truth, man. No one can envision this guy become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, I can't especially. And I think he can do it. I know he can do it. No one wants to see it, for sure. Let me wrap this up. And this has been kind of a quick addition here. My apologies. But let me wrap this preview special up with this right here. And I'm going to throw this out there to you. This is going to be Seth Rollins' night. Charlotte's going to have just a historic moment in her career by becoming Divas Champion. Sting is going to be tremendous, of course, because it usually always is. This is going to be Seth Rollins' night, because whether he wins or loses, he's going to have a double main event on a pay-per-view stage. And that's pretty freaking awesome. He's been the workhorse of that company this year. This has been the year of Seth Rollins. Okay? He's had, in my opinion, what seems to be perhaps one of the best runs that we've seen in a while. And I don't care who's going to sneeze at that. I care less. Seth is a heel. He's supposed to cheat. He's supposed to be a sniveling, smarmy, arrogant jerk. That's who he's supposed to be. Anyone that doesn't believe that doesn't know what pro wrestling is and doesn't know what characters are. Has no clue how things are supposed to be handled in the business. I think he's done a fine job. He's done more than a fine job in the ring. My hat's off to him. This will be Seth Rollins' night. Night of Champions 2015 will go down as the night of Seth Rollins. That's it. That's all. Period. So there you are, folks. That's a really quick 45 to 50-minute preview special of WWE's Night of Champions. Tune in and watch the event on WWE Network. By the way, if you don't have the network, you're a silly person. That was hateful, right? I take that back. My apologies. It was very rude of me. It's ridiculous. Why don't you have the network? And trust me, I'm not on the company dime here. Okay, I get nothing if I push the network on you. Dude, get the network. It's worth it. $10 a month. Are you kidding me right now? Seriously, get it. It's worth it. Invest. It's awesome. If you're a pro wrestling fan, you have to have it. Watch Night of Champions. Invite your boys over. Get some pizza. Have some wings. Get some subs, man. Cool Ranch Doritos. Chill out and have a blast, dude. That's what it's all about. Enjoy the show. I'm going to. You should too. It's going to be a fun night, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think the event's going to be good. I can't wait to see it. I am. I'm a fan. Always will be. That's it for us here, folks. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomClarkBR. Drop me a line. We'll discuss. We'll conversate about the show. Anything you want to, man, let me know. TomClarkBR@yahoo.com. And again, of course, you can find me on the Bleacher Report, on Sportskeeda, on the Camel Clutch blog, and of course on my own blog, TomClarkBR.wix.com/blog. That's it for me, baby. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for reading. And hey, thanks for always being there, Doc. That's it for me, man. I appreciate it. And we will see you again. Please come back. Episode 33 is on the way very soon. I do promise you that. You know I'll never let you down, right? Never. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Be nice. Episode 33 will be on the way very soon. I promise you. Don't hold me to that. Life happens, man. I can't help it. I'm a busy guy. What do you want from me? Episode 33 will be on the way very soon. And by the way, just as a friendly reminder, you can find the show on Facebook, Tom Clark's Main Event. Look up my page on Facebook, click like, and if you do it enough times, you get a box of cookies, or I do. One of us is going to, I'm sure of it. I keep clicking in hopes it's going to happen. You should too. That's it, man. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time on Tom Clark's Main Event.